equip it with various tools, from an explosive type tool to cutting tools. It even has like a sawzall and a circular saw that we can attach to it if we need to cut into stuff. It can be used. It can open car doors. It can open. We can roll it into your house. It'll go up and downstairs. It'll pretty versatile. It'll climb it. You can get it over a picnic table if the picnic table can hold the weight. Most picnic tables can. So, obviously we got the mom suit. This one currently right here. This is an EOD 9. It's currently the up-to-date version. It weighs between 75 and 80 pounds, depending on the size. That's why most old bomb techs have bad knees, and back problems. You're carrying 80 pounds before you pick up any tools. We also have our disruptor. You might have heard us on the news. They call it. You'll hear the news called the bomb squad had the water cannon out. This is the water cannon. It shoots more than just water. We can add a lot of different tools to it. One of the other most common used is an X-ray. Here's a film, just like what they use in your hospital. This is the source. So if a bomb tech goes downrange, the next thing he's going to take is the X-ray source, the disruptor, and he's going to be wearing the suit. Can everyone hear me okay? I can yell. I used to teach recruits for 6 years, so I can yell at you. I didn't yell very much for that. And see what a fine officer he is. Okay? But that's the minimum. With X-rays are the tools that we use a lot because we want to know what we're doing. We just don't want to, we just don't want to go into anything blind. So if there's a package, what do we respond to? We don't respond to bomb threats because we don't know what belongs in your building. If there's a building, now headquarters, obviously, if there's a bomb threat at headquarters, the chief is going to tell us to get your butts down. We're going to be searching. But we know it belongs in headquarters. If you call me to whatever business you are, like if a hospital calls us, there's all kinds of stuff in a hospital that we got no idea what it's for. So how do I know whether it belongs or it doesn't belong? Like if Bobby here calls us up there, okay, she knows what belongs up there. She knows what Carolyn's purse looks like. I don't. She goes, we don't know what that is. Then we respond. One of the first things we want to do is take an X-ray. And the reason I say that is because there was an incident, and it wasn't here in Louisville, I forget, this was probably about 6 years ago, where there was this box dropped off and they had received threats. And so they were going to go up and they were just going to disrupt the package. And they did, and they said, well, now let's just go ahead and take an X-ray first. Well, someone had dropped off a newborn baby in this box. They would have disrupted a baby. So obviously we're going to try to take an X-ray. So now if it's a pipe bomb, I'm not going to X-ray that because it's not going to change what I'm going to do to disrupt it. So why waste the time? Because if it's on the time, why would I want to take that chance? Because it's not going to change it. So there's different, I won't go into a lot of our specifics because it is, a lot of what we do is FBI classified. They just don't want it out there. They don't want the bad guys to know how we operate, so then they know how to. Because the best example is we have different tools to work with because of Theodore Kaczynski, the Unabomber. He saw what we were doing for pipe bombs. We were knocking the end caps off. So he said, okay, I'll make a pipe bomb that doesn't have end caps. That doesn't have external end caps. He made his pipe bombs that had internal where it was very hard for us to knock the caps off. So the bad guys will adjust. If they see, okay, they do this, well, we're going to do it this way, so they can't use that tool. So that's why we don't put out a lot of what we do. If you have any questions, I'm going, just holler out. X-rays, if people want to, I've got I'll get it back up here in a minute. I've got a couple of X-rays. We just currently did a training. It was a week-long training down in Fort Knox with their EOD unit, the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. And it was for bomb techs from all over the region. They were from Indianapolis, Paducah, down in Tennessee, and it was a good, and it just kind of mixed all the teams up, and just picked people, threw them in a team. Now you're working with people you're not normally used to working with. Yeah, and it was nice because the Army does things one way, we do another thing this way, Tennessee does it this way, Indy does it this way, and it was like, well, that's a good idea. And it was that way you could bounce ideas off of things. And I've got some of the x-rays, because one of it, people think everyone at bomb tech's going to go up there and cut the wire. Well, cutting the wire gets you killed. Because I can make all kinds of devices that cutting the wire is what's going to set it off. Okay, and it was like, cut the red wire. I like to make a device that every wire in the blasted thing is red. Go ahead, cut the red one, see what happens. Okay. You can make a device that's sensitive to light, either the addition or subtraction of light. You can make them where they're sensitive to a change in air pressure. There's just so many triggers. If you have something that lights a light, rings a buzzer, turns a motor, anything like that, I can turn it into a trigger for a bomb. So can the bad guys. So you're all hear about the Boston bombing. There isn't really a whole lot of new things out there right now. So you heard all about the Boston bombing. What did they use? Pressure cookers, right? Everyone thought that nobody had ever heard of that before, right? There's all this new thing. In 1981, there was a Barney Miller episode. Who's old enough to remember Barney Miller? I am. Okay. In 1981 episode, a woman came into the station with a pressure cooker bomb. There's nothing new. All the terrorists are learning what they're doing. They're learning from the IRA. The Irish Republican Army. They've been blowing people up for years. So there's not a whole lot of new. But what helps now is the internet. They used to have to fly the IRA to different places to teach. Now they can just send it over the internet. So it's a good tool for us, but it's also an enemy of ours because so many people are out there. We would like to. Unless we see like a cell phone or something we think is an antenna. Because why am I going to send somebody down to x-ray something when it can be remote detonated? So it used to be the old kitchen timers. You remember the old kitchen timer? Good for an hour, it'd tick down. Okay? With anything with cell phones and electronic timers, I can set something up to go off 3 years from now. As long as my battery lasts, it's going to be good. So you never know. So if I think it's remote detonated, I'm not putting a person in harm's way unless it's strapped to something. That's the only time we're going hands-on. Because if it's, you might have heard down the collar bomb down in Brazil. I had a few, probably about 5 years ago. Bank robbers strapped to PVC. Well, actually, that was one of those scenarios we worked down in Fort Knox, and I actually have some of the x-rays. We're only going to cut into it if I strap it to this gentleman right here and say, if you move, you're going to die. And then we got to go in and take care of it, because we'll only put ourselves in immediate danger if there's immediate danger for somebody else's life. I'm not going to risk the life of a bomb tech just for somebody's stuff, because it's in your house and there's nobody in the house. That's what insurance is for. Okay? We're going to go remote if we can. But even once we're done with the robot, it's not clear until somebody goes down in a bomb suit and says it's clear. There's only so much you can see in the robot. It's nice to have all the cameras, but there's only so much you can see. Someone's going to have to get down there in there. And if I'm going hand as entry, I'm not going to wear the suit, because if my face is right next to something, the suit's not going to help anything. My wife hates it when I say this, but the bomb suit is the difference between an open casket and a closed casket. She hates when I say that because she doesn't want to think about it. Y'all might have, I believe my wife talked to, was it this group? Was it with the financial crimes?
She did the Alumni Association.
Okay, alumni, okay. The truck, what's nice is everything we have on the computer screen or with the robot, we can put it outside. And this is the lieutenant compartment here. This keeps the lieutenants out of the truck. trying to work because they just have to see. So there's actually a TV screen, and this will flip down, and I actually have a workstation so we can keep them out of the truck. When I designed the truck, I wanted to paint what looked like a door right here, and to paint the door to not look like a door. To keep everybody, you know, so they, while they're busy trying to get into the non-door. Do you have any questions? I say I can make this as long or as short as y'all want. It doesn't matter to me. Does anyone have any questions? I'm sorry, you guys speak up. I've been blown up. The basic school is a bomb tech. You go to the FBI's basic academy, if you will, or the basic training for the bomb techs. It's a 6-week course down in Huntsville, Alabama. It's Redstone Arsenal. That's where the Space Center and basically all the, if it shoots off with a rocket or blows up, it's down there, which is a cool place to go because just with the space campus down there, and it's always a good place. And it's what, about a 3.5-hour drive from here. It's just straight down 65. If you ever get down that area, it's a great thing to visit. The Bomb Tech Memorial Wall is down there.